Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. As I'm sure you can tell from the title of the video, it's a testing out some new makeup products video. I have a couple of new items from Sephora, Dominique Cosmetics, and Ulta. I did also place an order for Refer brushes because they were having their last store-wide sale ever. And Dominique Cosmetics, they dropped a new lip liner, and then I did pick up one of the two new primers that they launched. I'm pretty sure that's all of the new things. Only 4 makeup products, and then the brushes, I mean, they're not new, but they're new to me. Okay, yeah, if you are new here, hi, hello, I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you can click the subscribe button and hopefully choose to stay for a while. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this video. All right, so here's my bag. This, what came in here? Oh, the Glossier, like milky oil makeup remover. Probably so it wouldn't spill, so I just put everything in the little bag to bring it upstairs. Dominique Cosmetics, the Haus Labs, and then from Ulta, I got the Maybelline Glaze Oil Balm. I was excited for this. Okay, let me go ahead and apply the primer, and I'll go ahead and pop up the information. This is the Moisture Grip Serum Primer. It has a 12-month shelf life and it was made in Korea. So she launched this one and a mattifying primer. I think I have enough mattifying primers and that's why I went for this one. So beauty starts within. She always has really cute little inspirational notes. So here is what the bottle, it is plastic, looks like. It does have a pump. It's pink, and I'm pretty sure the matte one is like a light blue. It tells you how to apply and some tips on the back. I like this. It gives skincare vibes. The fact that it was made in Korea, I feel we also get that kind of vibe too. I have already used this, how many times? Like 3 times, and I actually do enjoy it. I don't know that it tell a difference. What is it supposed to be? Moisture grip. Gripping, yes. Getting tons of moisture from it, a tiny bit, not too much. Definitely have other primers that give me a tiny bit more moisture than this one does. But I have noticed that my foundation does lay down really nicely with this. I will keep using it. Like I said, I've only used it about 3 times, but so far I am enjoying it. It might just not, I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. Might become a favorite, it might not. I got it at a percentage off, so that kind of makes up for it not being absolutely amazing, knock my socks off kind of primer. All right, I am back. I did finish my primers off with the Cali Ray mattifying primer for my T-zone, and then I did go into a tiny bit of the Skin Nova Little Balm, the one in the glass jar, for a tiny bit more hydration. I just felt I needed a slight bit more than what the Dominique gives me. All right, I need to switch my battery. Hold please. Battery changed. I did go in to the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation M3 Stromboli, and I mixed a tiny bit of my MAC Studio Fix. Finally panned the Surratt Dewdrop Foundation. I panned all 3 of the ones that I have. I'll probably restock when there's a sale, but I went ahead and pulled out my MAC because I feel I get same vibes as the Surratt. But yeah, so I mixed those 2 for my base, and then I went into the Milk Makeup Concealer in shade either 9N or N9. 9N. All right, now for this product here, the Haus Labs Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balm. So this is the formula for their stick cream blushes. They added 4 new shades, and they are bronzer shades. Basically, you can use this as your bronzer and your blush, and you're good to go. I picked Glassy Cinnamon. There was 4 different tones available, and if I'm being 100% honest, they all looked absolutely stunning, and I wanted to pick up more than one. And I didn't pick this up as soon as it launched because I wasn't sure I was going to purchase it. Well, since I was placing an order for Sephora, I decided to go ahead and grab it. Here is what the component looks like. It reminds me of Make Beauty a tiny bit. This has a 18-month shelf life and it was made in Korea. Okay, a lot of these companies are going to Korea. Okay, so I do like that you can tell what color it is from that. Let me swatch it. Oh, that's a beautiful tone. Love that. So I do have a couple of bronzer type products. Let me pull them out real quick. Okay, so these are the only 3 that I can think of. 2 of them for sure were advertised as a bronzer. First one is the Huda Beauty. It is her blush filter, and I believe she came out with 3 different tones that could work as a bronzer. The one I have is Latte, and I do really enjoy this product. It's really nice. The tone, everything. It's very close to the Haus Labs. Okay, so that makes me happy because I think the tone then is gonna work well. Another one is from Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder Flushed. So it's her blurring balm powder, but in like blush tones. And she also came out, I think, with 3 different tones that could work as a bronzer. I got Spiced Latte. They're all pretty much looking very similar to each other, right? There it is. Definitely very similar to the other 2 swatches. And last but not least, I don't think this was advertised as being a bronzer, but I feel like the tone works well for a lot of people to be a bronzer, which is Toasted Teddy. And that's the main reason I picked this up, because yes, so very similar, all 4 of them, and that makes me excited. Also, very completely different formulas on all 4. All right, so if you have any of those other 3, then you probably don't need this. All right, so I've seen people swipe it right onto the face without it lifting anything. I don't feel like I'm completely matte. I feel like I have more of a satin finish. So let's see. Okay, yeah, I don't see any foundation on the stick, so it doesn't seem like I lifted anything up. This is the sheer buffer from Sonia G. Also, if you can think of any other products that work as bronzers, let me know. Bare Minerals technically was the first one to come out with products with this concept, except I think theirs were powders, and it worked well. I feel like a lot of people raved about the bronzers that Bare Minerals came out with. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, so it blended out. Very, very easy. So now I'm gonna just pick it up from the stick. Now I'm not putting a ton, because I feel like these probably don't set 100%. Oh, no, it doesn't feel too sticky. It feels similar to the Rose Skin once you blend it out. Okay. Okay, I am back, and as you could tell, I am powdered. I did go into a tiny bit of this Hourglass, and it's the Unreal Liquid Blush, but it's like a little mini because I got a sample of a different shade than the one that I have when I placed my order for my custom quad face palette. So we are going to use this today. It's not technically new because I already filmed with it, but it's newish to my collection, and this will only be my second time using this. But yeah, so then I powdered with the Givenchy pressed powder for my under eyes in shade 03 and the Melt loose powder from the Universal Monsters collection. Okay, so my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Quad. This is my personalized one. I picked the tones for this palette. Unfortunately, this option is no longer available, so I don't know if they sold out or what. But yeah, Okay, I picked the diffused light for my finishing powder. For bronzer, I picked diffused bronze light. For blush, I picked at night. And for finishing powder, I used Ultra Strobe light, which is funny that that's being called a finishing powder because I'm using it more as a highlighter. And there it is. Isn't she a beauty? Okay, so we're gonna use the bronzer, and this is the number 37 brush from Rupfer. I did use my Sephora spray to spot clean real quick before I used it, and we're gonna use this for the bronzer today. The only reason I'm showing this part is because I'm using these new brushes. Again, they're new to me, not new to the market. Rupfer just had their last store-wide sale. Why is this looking reddish? Is it? Or am I imagining? I do have to build this bronzer up, so the fact that this number 37 brush is a little bit dense is actually perfect. And it fits so nicely into the pan. So that's another plus. Okay, love that brush. Now we're gonna jump into the blush. This is the 1-9, which looks like a fluffy, almost flat brush. Probably meant for like the cheek area, maybe precise powdering, but the shape is different. This one looks like a fluffy domed brush. Not quite kabuki because it's not as dense, but it definitely does have some density. Okay, these kids have been making it impossible for this mama. All right, so I'm gonna use the number 19, and then I did get a free brush. This is the number 21, and it's just like a flat little shader brush. I don't use brushes like these often. I do at times, but not often. Blush. Sorry, if I sound flustered or annoyed, that's because I am. Okay, beautiful. All right, now using this blush with this brush, I can definitely see why it was described with a red undertone. Like the word red was in the description of the blush that I picked. That's so pretty. Dip lightly because I think the blush I picked is meant for like medium, maybe deep complexions, but it's such a beautiful, beautiful tone. Okay, I love this brush for blush. I think it would also be really nice for precise powdering. It does feel a tiny, like it's not super fluffy like my Sonia G soft cheek. This one, it looks full, but it's very fluffy. There's a lot of space in between the bristles. And this one, it's fluffy and it's full, and there's just a tiny bit of space in here. This one, I feel for like precision powdering, if you really want to make sure that your powder is down, probably a really good brush for that. But also working great with blush. It would also probably be really good for highlighter if you like it to kind of blend into everything and not just look like a stripe. Okay, I am back. I did go into the highlighter for the Hourglass customized palette, Opal Strobe Light. And then I did go into the Gucci Brow Pencil and the Maybelline Brow Gel. I just have 2 lip products left. We'll start with the Maybelline. This is the Glaze Oil Balm, and I purchased the shade 003 Rose Bite. 24-month shelf life. Does it say? It was made in USA of US and or imported ingredients. Okay, so the main reason I wanted this is because everybody raves about the YSL lip balm situation. First off, aren't they like $40? Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $40 for a lip balm. I don't think I even own any of the lip balms from Dior. Yeah, just $40 seems, it does feel drugstore, like it feels. I don't want to say cheap, but however much it costs to make, that's definitely what it feels like. Okay, so as you can see, it's a pretty pinky tone, so I'll go ahead and swatch it. Ooh, pretty. Oh yeah, that looks right up my alley. And I think it'll go perfect with the lip liner. But I'm gonna swatch this first on its own. It's definitely pink. And it's definitely a lip balm. I thought maybe it was going to be a little bit more glossy, but it feels 100% like a lip balm. Okay, but that's pretty. What is this again? Rosebite? The Maybelline Glaze Oil Balm in Rosebite. It feels really comfortable though. Does it have a scent? It's almost like a slight florally, maybe vanilla scent. All right, now we're gonna jump into the Dominique Cosmetics Lip Frame. This has an 18-month shelf life. Where was it made? I think, gosh, this lettering is too small. If it does have where it was made, I cannot read it because it's so tiny. Define Your Beauty is the little saying it has on the side. I forget what this retails for. I think it's like $24. This is pretty much the same component as the brow. Is it brow frame? Yeah. So the pencil, that's the shape. And I've actually already used this. Gosh, has it been about 4 times. So that's what the pencil is, a twist up. And then on the bottom, instead of having, what does the eyebrow one have? I think just the sharpener. Yeah, just the sharpener here. I'm not gonna sharpen it because I actually feel like you don't need to, but see the little ridges? At least I hope you can. You basically just do that. And that's how you sharpen it to get a very sharp edge. And also the little brush, I do use it because this is what the Rhode Skin should have had instead of that silicone one. But let me swatch the tone on my arm. There it is. Soft Brownie. It's a beautiful tone. I have really been enjoying this. I did purchase the eyebrow, the brow frame, I think that's what it's called, lip pencil, and I did pan that. It's not an absolute favorite, but it was a nice product. I did enjoy the innovation to everything about the pencil. I just felt like maybe the tone I got wasn't perfect, but ever since the brow frame pencil launched, she has added a couple of new shades. So I need to go check them out and see if they added a better match for me. The little brush. Yeah, it just makes more sense to have a brush just like the Dior and the Chanel than that dumb silicone thing that Rhode put in. I love the lip liner, the tone, everything. It's not long lasting, but that silicone, it's just big no-no. Okay, and now I'm gonna add the Maybelline Glaze Lip Balm. Oh yeah. Like I thought, it goes perfect with this tone. Gosh, what scent is it? I want to say it's floral with vanilla. It's very subtle too. It just kind of creeps up a tiny bit. All right, let me go ahead and assess the situation real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end this video. All right, my lovelies, I am back. This is what my makeup looks like pretty much all the time. If I were to wear makeup every single day, this is what it would look like. Okay, so not too many products to give you like first impressions, but I'm still gonna go over every product real quick. So first, this Dominique Cosmetics Moisture Grip Serum Primer. First off, packaging, it is beautiful. It reminds me of skincare. It's very sleek. It doesn't feel cheap. Like, I'm enjoying the new revamp version that Dominique Cosmetics is going for. It's more appealing to the eye, especially for me who is more attracted to like everyday no makeup, fresh, clean kind of look. It's definitely not as moisturizing as I wish it was, but maybe it's because it's a gripping primer. Definitely grips, and I do find that my foundations have laid down really nicely. I think it's the third or fourth time I've used this. Enjoying it, but not a favorite. I will keep using it. Who knows, my mind will change, but as of now, I just wish it had a tiny bit more moisture to the formula. Okay, this Haus Labs. It's the Color Fuse Classy Blush Balm. The tone is absolutely perfect, as I'm sure you could tell from the swatches for the other bronzer that I own in my collection. But the formula is really nice. As you saw, I applied it straight on from the stick onto my skin, and it worked great. No lifting, no nothing. Picked it up with a brush, that also worked great. And also putting it on the back of my hand, that also worked absolutely great. So all three ways I enjoyed. It didn't feel sticky afterwards. I mean, I am set right now, so I don't know why I felt my face, but it felt similar finish-wise to the Rose Skin. I kind of want a blush in this formula, but I just picked up 2 of the new Dior ones, so it's gonna have to wait until there's a sale. I will keep using it. I always do anytime I purchase some new products. Okay, so the Maybelline Glaze Oil Balm. I personally prefer my balms to be in a stick form like this. I just gravitate towards these more than I do the tubes. I don't know why, I just do. So I'm very tempted to pick up the clear one just to have around for when I need some lip balm on my lips. It feels exactly like a lip balm, except it's more moisturizing than a lip balm, if that even makes sense. Loving this. I think it's like $8. So the price tag, everything about this. Yes, it feels like a drugstore product, but I don't care. It's a beautiful formula. Okay, the Refer brushes. You already know that I enjoy Refer brushes. I feel like I use them often enough on my channel, but so glad that I do own 2 of the face brushes because I definitely will be using these quite a bit. Okay, and last but not least, the Dominique Cosmetics Lip Frame Lip Liner. I forget how many tones she had, and I actually ordered 2 of the same tone. The other one is just put away. It'll be a backup because I feel like this is probably a tone that I will use a lot, and I think I'll go through this fairly quickly. Longevity, definitely not Charlotte Tilbury longevity, Dior, like Makeup Forever, not that type of longevity, but it does last longer than say the Refi Lip Blur or the Rose Skin Lip Shape. Yeah, the brush, it's perfection. Honestly, this is like a beautiful lip liner, and I think totally worth it. I think $23, $24 for this. So yeah, enjoying this. And that was everything. That was all of the new items that I tried out in this video. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here. I love and appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea, all the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly all does mean the world to me. I did forget to mention that my order from Ulta, where I purchased this, I technically didn't spend. It was $5 because I did receive a gift card from my bestie who lives in California for Mother's Day. So that order was technically free. Okay, that's going to be it. With that being said, do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.